Alright, let's take a look at how to make this front handle. To make a handle, I'm going to take the same piece, I'm going to duplicate it, Control D, and rotate this one 90 degrees. There we go. Now to make a first portion, I'll pull it up in here, and now we can scale this, or we can actually, it's better if we use these vertices. I'm going to bring it up close as far as I can. I'm going to go to the right view, and I'm going to select from the front and pull this all the way up to here to what length I want this to be. It's going to be there. Alright, so now I'll remove all these edges as well, because we can add them later precisely right at the 50% or like 25%. Control delete to remove all those. And also wanted to make this entire area like this one. Control F11 to change the selection to face mode and delete. And I'm going to get rid of this gap. Same thing I'm going to do on this side as well, and select all these faces, very top ones, and delete. It's going to be, I'm going to take this and duplicate this in front. Control D, and move it right around here and give it the length based on how much you have in the reference. Okay, so that should be good. I want to push this little one away, and we're gonna grab these two and bridge them, and use the bridge blend option to bridge that gap. So I'm gonna go into mesh, combine, and then we will go into those last edges, like I'm talking about this one. Shift select this edges. Since it's the same object, they're definitely going to have equal number of edges on each side. Okay, there's one didn't get selected. Here we go. And now we're going to go into modeling toolkit and bridge. So I'm going to use the blend mode here and then add some divisions, and that will give you something like this. I'm going to do only 4, and that should be good enough for here. Now to get rid of these patches, you can select and say mesh display soften edge. Okay, now combining this onto this side. Now this side we also need to have same number of the edges before we can combine these two together. So I'm going to go to the top, and I'm going to delete these ones, and let's see how many edges we have. So we got 12 edges here. Grab these edges, and I'm going to extrude this one outside and hit W and pull them straight out, and now we are ready to circularize this. And I'm going to flat this out first as well, and keep pulling it out, and now hit the circularize button. That's going to give you a perfect circle, and now this circle should match with your handles. So now we are ready to bridge these two pieces together. So I'll grab these two, edit, delete by type history, and now let's combine them, because without combining we cannot use the bridge option. Now we're ready to get this edge and that edge, and let's do bridge one more time. Here you go. Now after this is done, now we're gonna soften, mesh display, soften edge. Now that makes the connection really good, but now still we need to add some loops to make it work correctly. So I'm gonna isolate select and check onto this how it's gonna look like. Okay, this when I hit 3, it looks pretty good, but I still need to add a few edges here and there. So I'm gonna go multi-cut and turn on edge flow and see if that one works. So I'm gonna hold Control and Shift, and look like it works pretty good. I mean, clicking onto edge flow, it automatically moves those edges based on the curvature. So it's always good to try first, and if it doesn't work, then you always have without edge flow. Okay, so now I have added that new edge, and it should be good. And if I hit, now I can also actually move these edges away from here to here, and I'm going to push them back to right in the center to equally distribute topology. All right, that looks pretty good in here. All right, so the next part is to fill in some of the edges in this area. So I'm going to change its pivot point at this point. How to change the pivot point? Hold D and V and change the pivot point right where you want it to. Now if I rotate this roughly like this, and going in here, angle is okay, but it's a little too high. So that's what I wanted to fix now. Is what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete a couple of these from the top. All right, with that, we are done up to here. Now, last thing that's left is handle. And this handle looks a little bit weak to me as compared to what we have there. So the easy way to get this one really working is we can give some thickness, extrude, and if I give a little more thickness, I'm talking about 0.01, and that should be good enough. See, that gives handle a little bit more of the width.